On this week's edition, the third episode of What's Hot in the World of Professional Wrestling, we will be covering and discussing Brock Lesnar's championship matchup at SummerSlam. What possibly could happen at SummerSlam? Is he going to lose the Universal Championship? All that plus so much more involving his title. Plus, Chris Jericho with Impact Wrestling as of now. And the NWO. Really, the NWO possibly making a return to the WWE. All that plus so much more happening on this edition of What's Hot in the World of Professional Wrestling, Episode 3. First off, as you know, if you're a subscriber, thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the bell for all notifications and subscribe if you're not. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter at 2007Webby. Much appreciated for that as well. Now, the Women's Tag Team Championship. The Women's Tag Team Division. You know, we heard about the rumors that this was going to happen a long time ago. Well, we were all kind of cringing on it because there's not a lot of depth in the women's division. Not really, because of the brand split. It's hard to make a lot of rivalries because of the brand split. We see the same thing over and over again. Now, thank you, WWE. If this comes true, Mike Johnson reports that the women's tag team titles probably not going to happen. Thank you, WWE, because there's really no way you can do this unless you combine the women's division from SmackDown and Raw, move them all on one show, make one women's title, and make just the tag team championship for the women's division. That's the only way I can see it halfway working, but not with a brand split. Absolutely not. Chris Jericho with Impact Wrestling. Now, as we know, every time you look around, Impact Wrestling has superstars dropping like flies. Bobby Lashley, amongst others, always leaving Impact Wrestling to come to a different promotion. Bobby Lashley just left. Rumored was that John Morrison was going to New Japan Pro Wrestling. All of them, you know, you can't, you name it, they've left. Well, according to Chris Jericho's Instagram, which was put on Cage Side Seats, the link was put on Cage Side Seats. Chris Jericho is now with them and going to put Impact Wrestling on the Chris Jericho cruise. Absolute tremendous shot in the arm for Impact Wrestling. Tremendous. Because as we've seen with any promotion Chris Jericho is linked with, WWE, New Japan, if Chris Jericho's there, it's automatic entertainment. It's automatic tune into. And whether Chris Jericho is, you know, with them wrestling or if they're just on, you know, his cruise and he's singing or doing whatever, it gives people a reason to tune in and see what happens. So hopefully that helps TNA, Impact Wrestling. The NWO coming back. This is according to Wrestling News Source. Okay. Now, we've seen what happens in the past when things get reemerged and it's not organic. Because, when something is done at first and it's built from the ground up, it feels real, it feels awesome, and we love it. 9 times out of 10. The best thing I can describe to you from back in that generation, besides the NWO, is DX. From right now is Rusev Day, which WWE continues to push down. But NWO coming back, and if they have new members, I don't see that working because it's not organic. It's already been done. It's not like we haven't seen it done before. It's already been tried with new members before. And quite frankly, I can't see that really putting a shot in the arm for the wrestling business. I just don't see it. If you want to make a new group, which I am for, have a different name. That would be cool. But don't bring something back from the Attitude Era that was built so great and organic with huge stars like Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, amongst others. Don't do it. And finally, Brock Lesnar and his championship matchup at SummerSlam. Now, some of you I know are going to say, you're going to say Seth Rollins, because that's the rumor. That's what's been rumored. All week, all I've heard is Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is going to be the man to slay the beast. Call Seth Rollins the Beast Slayer. Call him this. Call him that. Congratulations. I would love to see that matchup. That would be a more entertaining matchup than what I just read. I was getting on here about to do this podcast, had everything written out, and what do I see? Bleacher Report. Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania future, his Universal Championship future. Excuse me. SummerSlam. So irritated about this. Get the wrong pay-per-view mixed up. Brock Lesnar's SummerSlam future. We've seen in the past, WWE, what an epic failure this has been. And I'm not going to go on a rant here, but we've seen how much of a failure Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns has been. We have. People booing them out of the building at WrestleMania 34. Booing them. Beach Ball Mania at WrestleMania 34. Now, at Saudi Arabia, it was people who didn't even care about the match. They just didn't. Now, according to Bleacher Report, Vince McMahon could be having another match in which Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns will be at the Barclays Center for the Universal Championship. Let me tell you, Vinnie Mac, and whoever helps make this decision, if you think the Barclays Center, New York City, will not eat them alive at SummerSlam, you got another thing coming. They will eat them alive. Rumored has it, too, that Brock Lesnar will drop the Universal title at SummerSlam. If that happens and it's Roman Reigns, just think of the reaction the Barclays Center will have towards Roman Reigns. Just think. It will be horrible. Why won't WWE swallow their pride one time? One time. You know, last 2 episodes, you haven't seen me do this. This time, you're seeing me do this. WWE, swallow your pride one time. Wrestling fans, if you agree with WWE with this decision, swallow your pride one time, because go out with a good, happy fan reaction, not boos galore. WWE, put someone like Seth Rollins, which I would agree with, because at least if he became Universal Champion, people would be on top of their seats cheering for him when Seth Rollins is in the middle of the ring swinging the championship like he did with the Intercontinental title. Or Braun Strowman, someone that deserves the Universal Championship as well. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If there's one man that deserves to beat Brock Lesnar and slay the beast, it is him. He deserves that mystique. WWE, swallow your pride and do the right thing. And it's not the Roman Empire. And anybody who doesn't agree with me, I'm going to leave this to you. What does beating the modern day fella Raja Jinder Mahal do to deserve a Universal Championship match? I got one word for you. Nothing. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. Follow me, Facebook and Twitter at 2007Webby. Till I see you again, catch you on the other side.